It's the second longest consecutive sports program in the country, and we have it here in Cincinnati. We also have Wayne Schuerman, well-schooled player, plays the lanes very direct. He's been on the show many, many times. His opponent, Terry Rose, will start the match out with a trip 6-10 right out of the gate.
Well, and we talked about it before. The hometown crowd really behind Terry Rose. I mean, there is no denying that whatsoever. Wayne Schuerman. And Jennifer, I know Dave talked about, he's been on our show many times before, last year in particular.
Yeah, 5 times the king. Total of 6 times, 1 in 1986 and 5, I'm assuming consecutive in 1987. So 6 kingships.
And Wayne Schuerman answers right back. Round of applause, not quite the same, though.
No, not quite.
A couple decibels lower, that's for sure. There's Sam Coleman checking out the action here at Fairfield Lanes. This is a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by these Fairfield lanes. Bud Boskin and Norb Boskin are the proprietors out here. They've done a fabulous job.
Really made us feel right at home. David showed you at the top of our show the box of candy, which the three of us received this morning.
Has since been devoured.
Wayne Schuerman looking for 2 in a row right out of the gate.
The right lane starting to break down just a wee bit. And the players are going to have to adjust on that. Pretty good shot, though. Solid 4-pin.
Wayne Schuerman from Erlanger, Kentucky. He is self-employed with D&D Auto Sales over in Independence. And Wayne with a lot of impressive titles.
Yes, he's the Hoinky Doubles Scratch Champion and also the Team Scratch Champion. And he also has won the Dayton Industrial Team event, so he is a good team player.
Gets around a little bit, too.
Yes, he does.
I assume that's Dayton, Kentucky.
No, I would think that is, I know for a fact, it's Dayton, Ohio.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
He started bowling at the age of 23. Terry Rose up right there.
Got a little help, David. You betcha. The slow, methodical roll of Terry Rose. Let's watch it on the replay. No force here, just a nice, smooth wrist roll rotation. There's the ball. The 1-2 pocket filling up into the wall, tripping out the 6-10. You can see he starts out with a double. In game number 2, Wayne Schuerman strikes spare. Terry Rose, technically a 10-pin lead.
And going for number 3. No deal.
Couldn't trip the 6 out on that shot, which he previously had been doing, Dave.
That's right. On the tight shot, on the next replay we show you, ladies and gentlemen at home, watch the head pin. The tight shot, the head pin will go straight back. In the left-hander's case, the 3-pin will go to the wall. That's the second one to the right of center, and it will try to wedge its way in between the 6 and the 10. Didn't happen that time.
But he picks up the spare, and after 2 consecutive strikes, he has given Wayne Schuerman a chance to jump right back after him.
You betcha. You betcha.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him do just that.
Wayne Schuerman, married, has a son and a pair of daughters. You can bet your bottom dollar they are rooting him on today. Wayne Schuerman looking to get back in.
Look out. He has been playing the lanes, like we said, right 4.5, 5th board straight over. On this replay, watch it. His elbow's going to fly out to the right. There you see it going over the 6th board. Ball just going in way too early of a rotation. Actually getting a break by only leaving the 6-10.
Bert Brockman was our high woman qualifier over at Super Bowl. She scored a very impressive 670 score, and our two qualifiers, men-wise, is Alan Runkle had a 713 and Jack Sills a 712.
See them next week.
See them next week.
Well, we'll see Runkle for sure.
Runkle for sure.
The roll-off may prove to be something else.
Don Hughes was our standby this morning, losing to Bill Butcha previous to our show, 279 to 164.
We talked earlier that Don is qualified. Boy, he's having a good year. I mean, he hasn't done as well as I'm sure he would like to once he's gotten on the telecast, but nevertheless, he's qualified every week.
No, he seems to be there every week, that's for sure.
And he looked like he just missed it again.
Wayne is not making the adjustments that he needs to make at this point to to compensate for the lanes changing. And I'm a little perplexed by that, quite frankly. Tommy, Wayne Sherman's as good as anybody when it comes to making adjustments. He actually should take his feet, if you're consistently going high at home, you might want to move your feet a couple boards to the left and leave your target the same, or move your feet 3 or 4 boards to the left and move your target 1 board to the left also, looking for a little bit more oil to play. But he picks up his spare.
Doing some nice spare shooting.
Well, when you're not striking, you better be.
You better believe it, especially up against this guy,
Right there
Terry
at the
Rose.
score table, we're looking at Rick Provisor from Brentwood Bowl, also Jerry Bettinghouse from Eastgate. And the man to the right is Tom Schiller from West Hills Ford. He's brought us a beautiful Thunderbird today.
Old T-Bird. Terry Rose, boy, the last couple of frames, he's gotten some help.
We told you what to watch for on the replay. Let's let it happen. The trip 6-10, left-handed. Now the pin that's going to do the damage, second one from the middle, the 3-pin. Now watch, the head pin's going to go straight back. That's the 3-pin going to the wall. Little whirly bird between the 6 and the 10. Boy, it sure is nice when a plan comes together.
No kidding. Looking for back-to-back. And there they go. Terry Rose, the guy, hey, he can do it, folks. As we told you a little bit earlier, had a 300 on Saturday, came right back with a 300 on Sunday. He'll try to add to it, and we'll have more in just a moment on the Hudy King of TV Bowling.
Last week at Brentwood Bowl, Riga Kalfish shot a 231 to edge out Bill Pollard Sr.'s score of 195 to become our current king. Lee's famous recipe salutes Riga Kalfish for 2 in a row as the king of bowling.
There you see it. Terry Rose in command. Double, spare, double working. Wayne Sherman with a strike and 3 spares. Makes for a difference of about 23 pins.
But as you said, and we have seen many times this year already, and of course in the past, this is one guy you never, ever count out. And he's right back where he wanted to be right there. You talked about him not having his line when he wanted the last couple of frames. He looked like he made the adjustment.
He did make an adjustment, Tommy, and it was an adjustment that we typically don't endorse the average player to make, and that is he went with a little more loft that time, a little more speed. It worked, and it was a great move. Now, the only trouble with loft and speed is to do it exactly the same time and time again. Probably one of the most difficult adjustments you can make.
Wayne Sherman, our king, 5 consecutive weeks in 1987. Is it the left lane that's giving him more problems than the right?
It appears to be, and on the left lane you can tell that he's not quite comfortable yet, but he did make a great shot. Again, the loft and the speed. What that does, Tommy, it delays the roll. Therefore, it delays the hook. Doesn't go into roll, doesn't go through the nose, but it also leaves more 10 pins than you would typically like to see.
Well, he's going to try to pick up that pin and try to hold back Terry Rose, because Rose seems not to be having a whole lot of problems with his line on lane 11 or number 12.
Well, Terry,
up there at number 12 right now.
If I'm not mistaken, and I'll ask him here before the championship match, but if I'm not mistaken, I think 11 and 12 was one of the pairs that he shot 300 on.
Is that right?
I think you're right on that, Dave.
It was in this
see
area.
That, yeah.
We'll go down and check that out after this match, and we can check this out on the replay. You want to see a powerful shot? We got one for you. 6th board, ball goes into a dynamite roll. 1-2 pocket annihilated. Lean on it. There you go. That's the 4-pin, just giving the 7 a quick nudge out of there. Makes for a great game for Terry Rose. You see the score. He's definitely in command of this match so far. Unless he makes too many mistakes like that.
Smile on his face, nevertheless. How difficult is this one to pick up?
Well, again, it's choppable, but Terry Rose does not throw the big bender, the cranker. There you see it, the 2, 4, 7. If you hit too much of the 2-pin, you can chop it. That's the right way to do it, right there.
That is exactly the way to do it.
From Hudy Brewery today, we have with us Connie Wagner, Tony Plank, and Ken Dressman, who's a salesman with them.
Oh, I got to tell you a quick story. Last week after the show, I'm going through my neighborhood drive-through beverage center, and the guy, I said, well, give me a 12-pack of Hudy. He says, hey, you're that guy on that show, and you've been asking about Bach beer. I've got it.
All
Is that right?
So I bought it, and
Right.
it is great. Those of you at home that like a full-flavored beer, this Bach beer is the best stuff since sliced bread, Tommy.
I think my favorite's the Shaneling Little King. I've been drinking those a long time.
Long
Go for the
time.
cream.
A long time. No, wait a
Go
minute.
for
wait
the
a minute,
cream.
wait a minute. Hang on a
Okay.
second here. Hang on a second here. A long time. Jennifer has only been legal for a little over a year.
Now, we better not go into that.
Yeah, I guess
We better not.
Get
No,
her
I
in
was
trouble.
legal when I was 19,
Oh, that's
so
right.
it
Okay.
just changed. So,
Okay. Grandfather
so
law.
I got off of that one easy.
Right.
Frame number 7, Wayne Schuerman just absolutely crushed the pocket. Now, can he make the adjustment on the left lane, lane 11? No. Still going high.
Boy.
Better send away the automobile club and get a triptych for lane 11. What do you
Yeah,
think?
speaking of automobiles, there's Tom Schiller sitting right there checking out the score. No 300s this game, but perhaps in the last game we will have one.
Whoever Riga Kalfas' opponent is going to be, they will have their hands full because he has been our king, 2-3 consecutive weeks now.
And that pin crashing you hear in the background is Riga warming up for the championship match, which is to follow shortly. Wayne Schuerman, a clean game so far through 8 frames, 136. That's 4 under the 200 pace that everybody adjusts off of. His opponent, Terry Rose, however, is 26 pins over the 200 pace. There you see it. So let's add 26 to minus 4, and gee, that's 30 in that time. Make
Boy.
it 40.
You talked about rolling a powerful ball. That right there was a hammer.
Yeah, he's lined up now. He's comfortable. He's loose. And I talked to him before the match. We alluded to it. It's a fairly new ball, and he said he maxed out on this. Now what that means? He's got a full ounce on the fingers. He's got a full ounce on the side, and he's got 3 ounces of top weight. Now, those of you at home, that's the maximum allowable weight difference allowed by the ABC. The ball is legal, but boy, does it hit.
And you can't hit him any better than Terry Rose is right now.
The crowd sure is backing him. They're ready to see him go on to face Riga Kalfas. But Wayne Schuerman is not out of here yet.
The best Wayne could finish with, Tommy, excuse me, is 216. And if he does, in fact, strike out in the 10th frame for 216, let's figure out what Terry would have to do here.
But you and Jennifer figured that out.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk
I'm
about
having
something while I do
problems.
some math here.
I'd be here for a week.
We are qualifying today at Super Bowl over in Erlanger, Kentucky. I'd like to see some faces out there. Come on out and bowl a shift or two.
A lot of people like to see your face too, Jennifer.
I think I might have to go out and give it another shot today. We'll see. I haven't been bowling too well as of late.
Wayne Schuerman going to try to strike out in the 10th, and that's the first one.
That keeps him alive, but ever so
Yeah.
barely. He's going to have to get a lot of help. Wayne Schuerman got to have a strike for any note. Makes a good adjustment. Now watch, this ball's going to deflect. See it jump to the right? Just catches the 5 pin, nudging the 10 out late. Not picture book, but effective. Wayne Schuerman has got to have this one, or the match is over.
He's looking for it. Looking for the strike. Got to have it. Oh, looked like he hit it pretty good.
Unbelievable. You can bring her out and let her start singing, but it wasn't Wayne's fault. He threw an absolutely perfect shot. You want to see a solid 8? Remember, the 5 pin or the head pin's supposed to take out the 8. The 5 pin goes straight back. The head pin goes to the left. Solid 8. This game is over, but Wayne showed us what he's made out of by not quitting.
Well, I know that is not going to be the last time Wayne Schuerman is going to be on our telecast. He will be back.
We also have with us today Fran Ruggieri. He's with the Golden Triangle Centers. And Joe Minster, who's our, what do you call him, Hamilton Joe?
Hamilton Joe.
Two more gives him 250. 250 something. That ain't all bad. There you see him. Wayne's congratulating Terry. Nice match, he says. I'm going to get my stuff. I've got a cab waiting. I'm out of here. Terry Rose, throwing an excellent game.
Don't want the folks at home to think that that is a show of bad sportsmanship, because that's the farthest thing from the truth when you're talking about Wayne Schuerman.
Exactly. He is a gentleman.
Terry Rose trying to finish up in dramatic fashion.
Well, that's going to help my 240 prediction, but I'm really down here. I'm going to have to figure out what our last game is going to have to be.
A pair of 300s.
We might not be able to make it today. Sorry.
Wait a minute. I'm not that far off. Let's see here.
Comes
Yeah, maybe you're
Terry
right.
Rose looking for the triple in the 10th. And there it is. Finishes with a 256. But next up, Riga Kalpas. It'll be for the King in just a moment.